It's Fishing Canada Live. Look at us. There we are.
Look at that shirt on you, Jimmy. Where's my finger? Look at that shirt on you there.
By the way,
you're looking good, eh, bud?
By the way, if I look a little sunburned, I've been messing around with the camera. Oh, look at you.
Nice. Ontario, Canada.
Nice. By the way, those are the old Go Fish shirts. We thought we would pull them out of the archives, as it were. We used to wear these in England when we were doing the shows there. So.
And if you're wondering who we are, we got our names on our jerseys too there, wherever the hell they are. It's all backwards. There you go. So that's Angelo and I'm Pete. Hi.
So like I said at the beginning, just before we went live, I decided to mess around with my camera a little bit, and that's why I look like I'm glowing.
Look like a nice sunburn going on there, buddy.
Yeah, maybe during the broadcast we can have somebody work on a professional work on my camera and get it back to where it was.
Good luck with that one. Woo!
Anyways, welcome to the show. As you can tell, we are pumped. The very first element, the very first segment of the Great Ontario Getaway Giveaway Contest. We have our 5 winners all ready to go. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, based on some of the notes I got, we're going to have some of them on with us live when we bring them out. So that'll be very cool.
Yeah.
I can tell you, before we get into any detail, I can tell you right now that the vast majority of the players did not get it. And we're going to spend a bit of time right now before we give away the trips and all that, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, because we had a ton of people entering, but they didn't do it right. They didn't get the idea. Every month we have a theme. So every month that theme is going to change. The theme for this past segment was how did you cope with the outdoors? Or how did you cope with the pandemic, with the outdoors, et cetera, right? How did the outdoors help you get through the pandemic? And the ones that got it real good, but the vast majority did not. And consequently, they may or may not have.
You know what we need to do, Ange? What we need to do, ye and me. There, see, I'm pointing the right. See, I'm pointing the wrong way to get you, by the way. See, I got you. What we need to do on this is we need to somehow make it more valuable in votes or whatever for them to make the theme. If you're making the theme, like, we'll have to figure this out somehow to do it fair for everybody, but so that everybody gets in on the new theme, the next 4 themes that we're going to do, to make it really significant instead of all over the place. Because this was an experiment for us to begin with, right off the bat. And I mean, some of the people that did really well also had nothing to do with the pandemic theme. They did well because they garnered the votes, they did their work, and they got the votes and all that. So it'd be really nice to get it all working together. And having everybody stick with the theme, sort of thing. So we'll work on that, but I don't know how we'll do it.
What I think we should do is have some of the folks who are on with us. By the way, hi everybody. If I didn't say hi to you already, I sometimes forget that. But maybe we should have folks tell us how their experience was with the first leg of this contest. You know, where they had problems, what they didn't understand, what we should maybe do to maybe streamline or make it. Let me take that back. A lot of you have been, letting us know that you're not very happy with this contest because it's too hard. I don't want to hear the too hard part. Okay, that's to me that's crazy. I want to hear. I want something constructive. I want you to say, hey, listen, I didn't get the theme. Why didn't you make the theme a little bigger so that I could truly understand it? Because that was a problem, by the way. But too hard is not the answer. This is not hard. Come on. We're giving away $100,000 worth of trips to Northern Ontario, trips of a lifetime. And it's too hard to go to the internet and fill in some blanks and put up a picture and write a paragraph, put together a paragraph of words. If that's too hard for you, I don't know what else I can tell you. This is probably not the contest for you. Let's put it that way. Okay. Not that we don't want you here with us, but the fact that some folks are saying it's too hard, it just blows my mind. But that's fine. That's me.
They may not be watching us today anyways. I have no idea. I mean, obviously, they might not be on. They've already given up on us. But I got to say, I just want to say on the sidebar there, Freddie Wazalewski. If that's Freddie, Freddie, you're the guy that messaged me this morning. If so, just give me a thumbs up or whatever. I just sorry about that. I just wanted to. If Freddie and I have been in conversation, and I think it was him that we're talking today about speckled trout. So this is cool.
So, so let's start with that first. Before we tell you what the new theme is and how you enter and all that stuff, maybe guys, you could put up some comments that folks are making regarding their experience here this past month, on the first leg of the contest, and we'll try and deal with each one of them as we go. I can tell you one thing: we had contestants from all across the country. And it was absolutely outstanding. We were overwhelmed with the amount of response we got on this, by the way. Even with the fact that the first 3 or 4 days, we were virtually, I think we were almost shut down. We had some technical issues with the site when it first went up. And the team was working feverishly around the clock, getting it up and running and maintaining it. And it kept crashing, and we kept maintaining and stuff. So we know we aggravated an awful lot of folks during that period. And we do apologize for that. But you know what? It's brand new, and it's like anything else. You know, we have to go through I think we're through all of the main technical parts of the.
Seems like it. Yeah, it does seem like it. I'm seeing a couple of comments here. One was I was on my phone 6 or 7 times with Nick before it got fixed, but it did get fixed. I don't think it's going to be that bad from here on in. You know, the Richard Burns says having a problem signing up, but you got to remember too, there's a little button there. You need help, you can click that button, and then the boys and our guys, Nick and Jordan, they're working feverishly on keeping this wheel rolling in a round fashion instead of a square fashion, because I'll tell you what, I mean, you got to remember that this is a new world for Ange and I too. Them going from TV to digital, from digital to contesting to all that kind of stuff. It's all new to us. We're all learning here. I mean, yeah, we want to be professional, but the only way you can be professional is to learn, right? So an electrician doesn't go out there and work on live shit the first day he ever is out on the field. So, you know, you shouldn't do that anyways.
Somebody here, Alicia, I think, Downey. I had no problem with this contest. That's nice to hear. And a lot of folks are telling us that they had no problem with it. So I don't think it was something that everybody, that it was an issue with everybody. But
and you know what? The people that are.
Uncle Jack says some of us aren't too smart. You have your first and last name on your shirt as a reminder. Thanks, Jack.
I'm glad he said us. This is because I know Jack, and I do like conversing with Jack's girlfriend. By the way, she and I have a special language together. Yeah. I bring out the best in her. Yes, I do.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Doug Atkinson, good friend of the radio show. Doug used to tune in every Saturday morning on Outdoor Journal on the Fan 590. He says now if Doug says this, believe me. Okay, he says it wasn't difficult at all, and all he did was follow the prompts and went right through into registration. So I'm glad we're hearing that. But there were folks who had some problems. There's no doubt about it. So let's just sort of explain. We'll walk through the process. First thing you have to do when you enter the fishingcanada.com contest area is that you have to set up an account. You can't play this contest unless you have an account on fishingcanada.com. Now, a lot of you had accounts already, but for the most part, there were elements within those accounts that were missing. And therefore, when you went to register with your old account, it was telling you that you couldn't. So you have to go in, regardless of whether you have an old account or not, you have to go in and fill in all of the blanks. And without that, you can't play. So once you've done that, then you enter into the actual game part, where you start downloading your image. By the way, I was very disappointed. Although you could, we had video capabilities. I don't think anybody, with the exception of one, that came in really early was video. Everybody put in submitted photos, which, by the way, were absolutely outstanding. Incredible array of photos, and thank you very much for putting those out there. But nobody put on video. We thought, Pete and I really thought, and it might happen before this contest is over. It might happen. We could see somebody, you know, sitting on a boat out in the lake or in his backyard, wherever, or in the garage, and on his phone, delivering a real heartfelt for that last theme, a COVID message, and nobody did. So
you know what? It might be just saying, it might be a great way for somebody to get a lot of votes. You put out a nice little video, you might just say everybody go, oh my God, there's a video. Look at, nice. I'm going to vote there. So you never know, right? So there's a lot of good comments here too. You know what I mean? One person said there needs to be a cap on the size of the story, which there is. He said some are too long and some are too short. There is a cap on that. If it's too short, and it's only as short as the people want to make it. If they make a good, compelling story in a very short, one little quick paragraph, that's fine. It's up to the people writing it too, right? But there is a cap on it, just to let you know on that. So
you have to remember what that story is for. You know, you're trying to garner votes, and aside from trying to garner votes in order to win this contest, we're hoping that your messages connect with people. We're hoping that, you know, if just one person reads a compelling story or a compelling message that one of you posted, and that one story made the difference in that person's life, and they went from a state of depression to a state of happiness and joy, then this contest has worked. It's not just about getting money to the lodge operators, although that's a big part of why we're doing this. But listen, these are tough times. And as we've been used to seeing and reading about, mental health is every bit as important as physical health. And so what these stories are supposed to do is make people smile. We envision people going on this thing every day and getting a smile out of somebody's story. And if we can all do that, if every single one of us can get a smile from one person once a day, think about it. Because we've got thousands of you that are in this contest. So think about it. Think how much joy and happiness we can spread. So when you're writing those stories, yeah, you're in a hurry. I know everybody's busy. But one sentence, that's not enough, right? You've got to move somebody with that story, because that one person that you move could also be that one vote that made the difference between ending up in the winner's circle and outside looking in. So judge yourself accordingly. Same with the image.
Yes, Alan, the videos can be used. We did say that. And I want to go to Brett Ardeal's comment here. I tried submitting a photo and a video. Only the photo got published though. And to me, I'm guessing that if you did the photo first, you can't submit twice, Brett. So if you did your photo, it went through and it got submitted, and then you tried to do a video on top, it would probably just get ousted out because you're already in. Try a video first next time and see if that works.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can do both, Pete. That's something that's a Jordan question, and maybe not even a Jordan question. I don't know whether you can put both up, a video and a photo. So I think if you send both of them in, I think you're at the mercy of whoever is approving that particular entry that moment to put the best one up that they think is right. So
well, you know what we suggest, if you have both, pick the better of the two, whichever one you think is a better image or portrayal, and put that one up at least first, if nothing else. So that's what I would try.
Tony Kizanowski has an interesting point. Maybe we can address that one. He says stories is good. It kept moving on me there. Where'd he go? Anyways, he says stories is good, but it shouldn't be about the stories in order to win.
But it shouldn't be about who likes it the most wins the contest.
I don't get it. I don't understand that. So Tony, if you can maybe elaborate on it, we'd love to discuss it and see if we can, wade our way through that one. But see, it is about this contest is different. All the contests that we've had for the last almost 3 years on fishingcanada.com have been the luck of the draw. And yes, the more ballots you put in, the higher your chances and likelihood and probability factors start kicking in that you could be drawn. But it still is a random draw, and therefore it's all about luck. This contest is a little bit different. It has a lot of moving parts, and one of the most important ones is that you have to earn the win. These 5 people that we're going to introduce you to here in a moment, they earned it. Make no mistake about it. These 5 winners, they earned it. We could see it every day. These folks worked hard to win these wonderful trips. This wasn't by chance and by luck and by golly. They worked hard. So this is not a contest where everybody, everybody wins and it's all by golly. No, you got to work it. And if you're not prepared, I said that at the top of the show, if you're not prepared to work it, chances are real good that you're not going to win. However, having said that, one of the exciting things about this contest that we noticed is that you can go from last place to first place in the blink of an eye. We've seen you guys. We've been watching this every day for the last 29 days, and we have seen it when all of a sudden things click in and people say, "Oh, okay, all right. Let me call my buddy Bill." And because he's got 4 or 5 buddies that we go fishing with once a year. Let me give them a call and get them to vote for me. And all of a sudden, boom, somebody goes from last place to first place overnight. So it's all about getting votes. And there's 2 ways of doing it. Number 1, you can rely on your circle of people. And number 2, you can rely on the people within this group, within this community, by compelling story, great visuals. So
there was another comment that they said about the photo size. Yeah, Malcolm said problem with photos and videos, you have to shrink the size was a big problem. Now the photo thing is pretty much taken care of. It's 5 megabyte size file now. Video, I'm not sure, because a 5 meg video is a small video, that's for sure. So I don't know about that one. Maybe Jordan and or Nick, they can figure that one out, or give us an answer, or we'll figure that one out. But before, it was a size of an image, because we even tried doing stuff on another part of the new site here, and we couldn't even get our own images up. And that's all, basically that's all it was the file size. So if you have any way of looking at the file size of your photo for information, for metadata, whatever it is, just take a look. And as long as it's less than 5 megabytes, it'll go up. So there's Gabriel. Videos go on YouTube. So Gabriel is one of our people behind the scenes that's working with us as well. One of our web hosts there. So thanks, Gabe, for that. So videos go on YouTube. So Gabe, if you're listening, size of the video shouldn't matter then, really? Or does it? Maybe you can answer that question as well, because the video is YouTube link. You have to upload your video to YouTube, then insert the link to your entry. Okay. Beautiful. So that doesn't matter about the size of it then. That shouldn't be. Perfect. That should be irrelevant then. So, might sound a little difficult to people too. Guys like Angelo, we might not be able to do that. But
Heather Ray's been asking some questions. I don't know whether we've addressed her questions, guys, but I noticed one of hers was, I think, pretty interesting. We should look at it, and that is that she's saying, there are groups out there who will vote for each other, contest groups, and they have thousands of members, and they will win. One thing I can tell you, Heather, and it's possible, right? It's possible. But one thing I can tell you is that our team is on this thing night and day. They're very vigilant. If something looks a little suspicious, such as that type of activity, I feel very confident that it won't last very long. It might get by one day, but it's not going to last very long. So that's not, having said that, we encourage, if you've got a large social group that you influence, we encourage you to get them to vote for you, because that's the whole premise behind the contest. However, we certainly don't encourage signing up to contest groups who sell their services for that, right? If you know what I mean. Does that make sense? If it does, all I'm saying is that we're on it. We keep an eye out for that kind of activity.
And I'll tell you what, going to that, Angelo and I found out the hard way. Angelo, we didn't talk about this at all. Angelo and I found out the hard way about, quote, contesters. Okay, so there are people out there that just do contests, and this is back before the internet. But they'd fill in a ballot, they'd fill in whatever it was they could do and mail it in and get the contest. So we were on a trip to Mexico. We did a trip to Mexico.
Yes.
We had a muskol trip, and it was in a day on the ocean with Angelo and Pete, exotic, big game fishing. Wow, this is awesome. You know what I mean? The winner, it's on there. It was a guy from Canada. I think it was maybe from the West, whatever. And he was all pumped to go fishing. Oh my God, this is great. This is the best prize I've ever won, sort of thing like that. Oh, you won all the prizes? Oh yeah. He said, what do you mean? He said, I go in all contests. I go in every contest I possibly can. So we thought, how did you hear about this contest? I read about it somewhere. It boiled down to, he didn't know who the hell we were. He had never watched the Fishing Canada show once in his life. He didn't give a shit about us. He didn't care. It was a professional contest that we had to take out on the ocean fishing, unfortunately, and take one of our fans, one of our friends, whatever you want to call our group here, away from the best day in the water. So there are professional contesters out there. You can't get past that. And the internet, I'm sure, is making it even easier.
And Heather basically just confirmed what you said. She says that she belonged to such a group prior to this, and she got out of it.
How it works. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
There was two issues. That was one, and the other one was a contest that we were at Menaki Lodge, back in the glory days of Menaki Lodge, and the same thing happened. We were up there with two contestants from one of the contests back then, and the same thing. It was a mother and daughter, and neither one of them had ever seen a show before.
I heard of you.
And it puts you in such a weird. I mean,
it's madness.
Guys, we can kind of fit in with the best of them, but it's really difficult in cases like that where we know these people aren't here for us. It has nothing to do with us.
Yeah. I mean, that guy that I was talking about in Mexico is we ended up having a great time with him, but I still talk about this story. He did not deserve to win that. In my opinion, on paper he deserved to win it, but it's certainly not as a good feel-good thing. So anyway.
Nancy is saying that it seems like this is a popularity contest. I don't know.
Part of it is, yeah. If you're trying to get, like what you're saying, and you're getting a community of people, then absolutely it has to be a popularity contest, right?
But if it was me, if I was entering this contest, and maybe I didn't have a large social footprint, there's one here. There's one that we're building here on this site. I would work at getting those people to vote for me, because every one of those people have 5 votes every day that they can cast, and they have to cast them for somebody. They're gonna put them out there for somebody. I'd make sure it was me. You know what I mean? So yeah.
But wait, and I'm seeing lots of these people. Like Jerry's agreeing with Nancy. So there's Jerry, there's Nancy, and there's Tony, and they're all kind of pissed off here. I can tell. But you got to remember, people, that every vote you do in this contest, without even putting a picture in, without even entering or anything, you get a chance at a trip too. A lot of people are going to win by just voting. So this contest isn't just about submitting a photo and soliciting all your friends, blah, blah, blah. If you want to just vote 5 times a day, vote 5 times a day, vote 5 times a day, just keep going. You got a great chance at winning one of these lodge trips too. So remember that. Read all the words, Viola.
What's that?
Read all the words, Viola. What was that guy's name? What was that teacher?
Alvin Hiltz.
Alvin Hiltz.
Read all the pages in the book, Viola.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, I want to remind people about that. Let's not lose sight of the fact that there is a portion of this contest that will be more of a traditional fishingcanada.com event, in that it will be a random draw. And that is at the end of the 5th segment, the 5th month, once all of the 25 or 30, whatever, 30, I guess, winners have been announced. Then we're going to put all of the votes, as Pete said, all of the votes go in a box, in a drum, in a virtual drum, and we're going to draw them live here on air with you. And those folks are going to get a trip for 2 to Northern Ontario as well. So it's a good point that you make, Pete, because I keep forgetting and losing sight of that. It's just as important to cast a vote as it is to receive a vote.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, If you don't want to do all the hard work, or maybe is that hard as well? Like just coming on the site and casting votes every day. If that's difficult too, I don't know. There aren't any more elements other than that.
Yeah, that was basically, you got to do that once a day on our last contest, right? So you got 5 more chances this time. I'm sorry. I apologize to Heather, Tony, and Jerry. If I said you're all pissed off, and I can see Jerry. He wasn't equated to pissed. I'm sorry. It's just a matter of we have got a lot of mail in behind the scenes too that people are really not happy with us. So I shouldn't really point any fingers at all that kind of stuff. I'll take that back. You guys aren't pissed off. You're just concerned. How's that? I get it. I get you, brother.
All right. Let's get on to the new contest, shall we? I think unless there's something else that I'm missing here that I can't see, I think everybody is kind of agreeing that it's a fun contest and you're having a good time and hopefully Jack, what's Jack saying there? I just finished.
Yes, it's Jack's poppycock. Don't even read it. Don't even cover everybody. Just Jack being Jack.
For those of you joining us late, I just want to remind folks that we're going to announce here very shortly the 5 winners for the first month.
Heather says, I'm not grumpy. I'm excited for the winners. Oh, I'm sorry, Heather. I know you're not grumpy. I can tell, Heather. I can tell.
So we're going to announce these 5 winners here shortly. In fact, a couple of them are going to join us live. So that's going to be very cool. And they can share with you their story and their overview on how they won. Now, keep in mind, these 5 folks that won, they're out of the contest. So they're not your competition anymore. So anything you can get from them is going to be bonus. Just want you to know that. They'll be with us here shortly. But let's go to the new theme. Remember we said that each month we'll have a theme, and a lot of you missed that on the first one. So this is your chance to get it right this time. So the last month's theme was, how have you used the outdoors to help you cope with the pandemic? And some of you did a great job, some of you didn't. Now's the time to fix that. This theme is very simple.
I like this. I like this new theme.
Could not be easier. And think of all of the great messaging that we can deliver with this theme. The theme is very simple. If you should be lucky enough to win one of these trips, who would you take with you? Because it's for 2. Who would you take with you and why? And the underlying word in that is why. Why would you take that person with you on a trip of a lifetime? You have hundreds of people to select from, but you're taking that one person. We want to know why. What does that person mean to you in order to do this? Because listen, if you're into fishing, if you're into the outdoors, if you're into what we're into, making that selection of that one person, of all the people in your circle, taking that one person, man, that person is really special. And we want to know why. Yeah. So that's the theme. Who will you take with you when you win and why? Simple. Obviously, images of you and that person would be great. Images of that person would be great. Video would be fantastic because then you can really deliver the message, a heartfelt message. And most importantly, if it's just one line, my brother Bob, because he's my brother, I can pretty much guarantee you, unless you've got, I don't know, a social web that is several thousand people thick and you can convince them all to vote for you, you're not going to win. You need to tell us why. Right? So,
hey, I just noticed, did you look at this? The Fishing Canada logo here, the Fishing Canada logo up there.
Wow, you're special, eh?
Look at that. Ladies and boys and girls, children of all ages, the Fishing Canada show with Angelo and Pete. There you go. Sorry. We have our number 1 and number 2 spot winners ready to go anytime you want to do it.
Perfect.
They are sitting in the wings and ready to go. So
1 and 2?
1 and 2 so far.
1 and 2. Well, then
1 and 2. How many more times do I need to say it? Now, they probably won't come on now.
Exactly. All right. So without further ado, we have winners 1 through 5 to announce. We're going to announce them one at a time. And the reason being is that those winners don't know where they're going yet. Because the next step to this.
We don't either.
Well, we don't either. Nobody knows. Next step for this is that we're going to draw out of a multitude of lodges that have participated in this event. And by the way, they continue to participate every day. We're getting new players in. We are going to, according to Jordan, I believe sometime today, if not already as we speak, there will be a operator or lodge owner section on the site where you'll be able to go in and see all of the lodges that are participating in this and their story.
Very close to being up. I was working on some of the stuff with the guys too this morning, so we're really close on having that one done.
And it's really cool because now you can totally immerse yourself. You can lose yourself in reading all of their stories and seeing all of their businesses and their locales and all of the fantastic adventures that they offer. And you can start fantasizing. Like you can start, I know I've done it myself. I had to go through all of these lodges to start with. And you start thinking, oh man, that would be great. Oh, wait a minute, this one here would be great. And so now all of a sudden there's another element to this contest, and that is that if you should be fortunate enough to win, now you also have maybe in your mind a favorite place that you would like to go that you've already read for the last little while, right? So it's going to be really interesting.
Over on the right, lodge section is up. They say it's up right now, so.
Wow.
There you go. And the hard work we did this morning is all good to go. By the way, Andrew's saying we have to choose the lodges now. That's our next portion. The 5 winners get to choose 5. So we had a choice of this $228,000 super electronic picking device or an internet special. So we thought we don't have the extra $250,000, so we got our beauty little machine that we're going to be able to pick the winners with. We'll show you that in a bit. It's so cool. It's fun.
I think it's great.
It is great. I have to say it's great. I think we're all gonna, that'll probably be the whole life of this the whole afterlife of this contest. Everybody go remember that wheel, the spinny wheelie. It's so good.
Does Angelo and Pete go with any of the winners? You betcha, Tony.
Tony, you and I are fighting, Tony. You're gonna have to take Angelo because you and I are fighting right now. Okay. I'd love to go with you, Tony. My God, we're gonna try and do something like that at the end too. We are doing. We're working on that as well, just to let everybody know that maybe on a finale draw or something like that, we might be able to pull something off, and Angelo and I can get in on it too. So it'd be kind of cool. That would be a lot of fun for sure. So.
Oh, I think that's going to be great, and it's going to happen. I know we've got a lot of sports celebrities that we're in contact with that are all saying the same thing. Hey, I'd love to go on some of these trips if you can hook me up. So we may from time to time. We've got 5 months. This is a big event. We may throughout the course of this event do something special every once in a while, and that would be one of them for sure. But we'll see. All right, so
let's get it on, buddy.
Without further ado, I'm going to announce to you the very first winner, and the reason it's important that we do it in order, it's not just a matter of these 5 won. We're gonna bring them out in order of their victories because they get the pick of the litter. Obviously, winner number 1 is going to get all of the lodges that are in the drum available to him in this random draw. And once that draw is done, that lodge is out of the contest, no longer available. So that's another cool element of this too. So that's why it's important to finish number 1, because you also get your choice base is much larger, I guess. It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. You're right. It doesn't matter.
Because they're all great. But because of the way the contest was designed, it's important that we do it in order so that technically you get a much broader range of selection. So winner number 1, and I will tell you that this young man, and it is a young man. By the way, here's another little something you might be interested in. Almost 40% of the entries were from female anglers, which is very cool and something that we are really pushing for. Don't be afraid to participate if you are a mom who wants to go fishing with her daughter or her son or any female. Please, we encourage you to enter. These lodges that are in this contest are all great for the most part. Pete, I know them. They're wonderful people. They are very family friendly, and do not think that you're going to be dragged into a lodge or an operation where it's nothing but Neanderthals and all that. A lot of these places now, in fact, cater more to families and couples than they ever did before. So make sure you enter. Don't be afraid. All right, winner number one, and in first place from day one, if I may add, which was kind of
out of the gate, right out of the gate. The boy did his job. He did his work for sure.
His name is Cooper Gallant. Congratulations, Cooper, first place.
Now we personally know Cooper, and he is an avid angler. There is no doubt about it. He's from actually right close to us, Bowmanville, Ontario, I believe. And Cooper is a fishing nut. He really is a fishing nut, and he's a very successful angler. He does some YouTube video too, but he's a successful tournament angler as well. He's a multi-species angler. Like lately, he's been posting post after post of steelhead that he's been doing. Now he's going to put the steelhead rod down and start moving on again like that. So he's a nut. He's just like us.
If I can jump in, because that sounded terrible. So let me, and I know you didn't mean it that way, Pete, but let me just jump in before the avalanche starts. When Pete says we know Cooper, I've met Cooper once, just to make it clear. We met, Pete and I were at a angling friend's home in out around Belleville somewhere, and he was there. So I don't want anybody thinking, oh, there they go. All their
I see. I was wondering where you were going with this.
Well, because it sounds bad.
I got you. You see, but our people here they're gonna see you past that. Congrats, Cooper. Everybody's gonna say congrats, Cooper. It's not that Cooper's our best friend, folks. We've seen him 2 or 3 times in our life. We just know Cooper. We've met him. That's all. We haven't met all you people. So there you go. Sorry about that.
There he is.
How are you guys?
How you doing, man?
How about you, buddy?
I'm not too bad. That's pretty awesome. I just wanted to first say thank you guys for this opportunity. It was amazing, and yeah, it was great.
Hey, cool. Let's see if we can get some emotion here. First of all, did you feel pretty? We don't have the votes posted on the site, so you don't know at any given moment what you've got. Did you feel pretty confident going into this and towards the end of it?
Honestly, we had no idea. We had a group of friends doing it for us every day, a couple family members, my aunts, my uncles, so they did it pretty well every day for us for the whole month. And then on top of that, like I said, we had a few friends who were doing it for us as well, but I had no idea. I mean, I knew we had a solid group of people who were voting for us every single day, but I didn't know what everyone else was doing, so it's still a big surprise.
Coop, you're saying us. That's you and your brother? Is that will you be taking on this trip?
Yeah, me and my brother Colin.
Yeah,
he's pretty excited as well.
Good for you. I'll tell you, number 2 was not that far behind you. Man, it was nip and tuck.
Really, eh?
Yeah, especially the last. I think on Wednesday there was an email sent out to the top 50 to let you know that you were there and that you needed that push. And man, I'll tell you, you had some competition going on there.
Awesome.
It was great to see, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I was quite a surprise because I didn't check my email, so I didn't know that I was even top 50 4 or 5 days ago. And then I looked today and it was like, oh, I'm in top 5. Like, holy. So it's pretty
good for you, brother. Now, question for you. Have you ever been to a Northern Ontario fishing lodge before?
A fishing lodge? No, never in my life.
No, eh? So this is right up your alley. Is with everybody that's on the sidebar here. I know of, but Cooper's fished in Ontario, maybe across the country, but in Ontario his whole life, but been mostly Southern Ontario, day trips or hotels for tournaments, stuff like that, right? Never a lodge. So that's even better. That makes it that much better even.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. I've always wanted to do it. So
we're so thrilled, man. Hey, Uncle Jack is volunteering in case you needed him. He says you should take him.
Yeah. Because he gave you a pack of plastic worms.
He isn't kidding about the second part. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, he gave you your first package of worms. That's cool.
I remember him giving us some tungsten out of the back of his truck one time too. So, Jack.
Oh, that's great. Listen, we're thrilled to death, man. We're so happy.
There's a comment there. This is a great comment. If you people haven't seen Cooper's YouTube site. They do fantastic work. Okay, that is really, I mean, it's worth watching. Production value, as Ange and I know, as you can see behind me here, there's a whole editing suite. They do a great job at their editing too, and they're shooting. Yeah, it's really, really good, Cooper. So
thank you.
Hey, Cooper, are you guys going to document your trip? You're going to do some video?
Absolutely. That was kind of our whole, right from the beginning. We're like, well, if we can win this, that would be a great opportunity for us to film one of our road trip videos. We're doing 5 a year, so we already put one out. And depending on when this trip's going to be, it's definitely going to be one of the 5 episodes. So.
Perfect.
So here's what's going to happen here. We're going to bring out the magic wheel in a moment that has all of the participating lodge operators on it that we were able to get on for this first go. It'll be a random selection. Then you'll be put in touch with the operator. The operator is probably here watching live with us anyways. And then between the two of you, you're going to go down this slippery slope that we find ourselves in with the pandemic and figure out what the best time is for both of you, right? And we do want to stress the importance of making this a safe and enjoyable outing, meaning that nobody's going to be forced to do any traveling that they're not 100% comfortable with. All of the operators that are in this event, by the way, have been selected. They had to qualify, and one of the items that they needed to have was a tier 1 level of COVID protection, or at least safety protocols put in place at their operation. So all of them are working under the protocols, which is fantastic.
Great.
All right.
Bring on the wheel. Bring on the spinner winner. Chicken dinner. Let's get this going. So,
all right, gentlemen, spinner up.
Check this out. Look at that wheel. It's going to stop. Wherever it stops, Cooper, it'll show us where you're going, buddy. Oh, we've been there. We've been there. Camp Macintosh. We have not been there. So you can look it up, Cooper. We have a lodge page up right now, hopefully on our site. Hopefully Camp Macintosh is on there right now. Congratulations, brother. That's your first winner.
I can't wait, guys. And I want to say thank you to you guys again for giving us all this amazing opportunity. It's great. And it's running for what, 4 more months now?
4 more months, yeah. So tell some more fishing buddies. Tell some of your friends to enter, bud.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
No problem. But yeah, even though you're not eligible because you're out now, you're out of the event. We really appreciate any help you can give us by getting folks to connect with it and show them how easy it is to win. So
absolutely.
All right. Thanks,
all
buddy.
Right, see you, buddy. Congratulations. Thanks for
guys. Appreciate it. Stay well, and we'll keep in touch.
You too.
All right.
Beautiful. That's how she works right there.
By the way, we didn't get any of that nice sound effect that we saw during rehearsal there on the wheel.
Was that Nick or Joe or Jordan on the wheel? We'll have to see if they have.
I don't know. Whoever's on the wheel, let's for the next one, give me some clicking sounds or something, will you? Please.
The magic.
Hey! I can only share what the software allows. So if there's no sound, I cannot help that.
But there was sound on that wheel before.
Well, there's no sound today. It's mute. The sound said no.
We need to mute you and then bring up the wheel sound. Okay, is what we need to do.
Congratulations, Cooper Gallant.
Congrats,
How
Cooper.
exciting is that? All right. Now, you said we had our second winner.
I was told that by a direct pigeon message that, yes, we had our first number 1 and 2 here. So.
All right. Let's go to number 2. Do you have number 2 in front of you, Peter?
I have number 2 in front of me, and this is where his name is Tyler McMullen.
Congratulations, Tyler.
Daughter's first. Beautiful.
Hey guys.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How's it going?
How you doing, man?
Good. How are you guys?
We're doing good.
Congratulations, first of all. Great work. I'll tell you, you almost got into first place. It was really close. And we could see, Tyler, that as the contest wore on, you started to get it. You were understanding what it was going to take to win. And congratulations. Outstanding work.
Thank you. Yeah, I
Well
started
done.
reaching out to a lot more people, family, friends, my mom, my dad, their work. A lot of people. I got them involved a lot more with Canada, Fish in Canada too. So
Nice.
Oh,
Thank
okay,
you for
so
that.
tell us, not us, but tell people that are watching this how you did it. How did you do it? How'd you win?
I don't know, man. I got a lot of people involved. I talked about you guys. I talked about fishing, and I just told them, like, you guys can go, you can learn. Like, my wife and my daughters and I, we would sit at night, we'd all pick our all favorite stories and we'd all go through them and vote on what we like to do, right? So
Nice.
I don't know, it was just, we turned it into a family thing, and that's how I did it.
Perfect. It's a great story. I love it.
And when we were sitting together with the folks from Destination Ontario and Destination Northern Ontario and Noto putting this event together, that's exactly what we wanted. We wanted this to become a family event where you guys would get together and get the votes going, right? Each family member, in our mind, when we were doing the assessment, each family member probably has capabilities of 4 or 5 votes a day from people in their circles, right?
That's it.
So that's the way we saw this evolving. So you hit it bang on.
And it can stem like your circle to their circle to their circle, and it just keeps going.
The way it works.
Like, I seen people were kind of upset in the comments, like it's a popularity contest, but I'm not a popular guy. So I live in Hornpain, Algoma, with 800 people.
There you go.
I got online and reached out to everybody I knew, and it went from there.
Nice.
I loved your story, by the way. You didn't give us what we wanted in terms of the pandemic.
No, I realized that.
Right. But it was a great little story, right? It involved your daughter, etc. A great shot, by the way.
Thank you. I had a video. I'm not a computer guy, so it was hard to get it on YouTube. But yeah, I got her reeling it in and everything. So.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. The excitement on her face in that image, was just priceless. Eh?
Yeah, she loves it. Yeah.
She does. She does. Yeah. So does my youngest one too. So.
You know what? It's because it is one of the things growing up in Northern Ontario. You are born into fishing and hunting in the outdoors. There's no doubt about it. I'm not saying
it's in my blood.
People not saying people don't love it when they're from Southern, but I'll tell you what, like my mom was a Sudbury girl. My dad was way up in Sleeman, Ontario. And that's all it was, is fishing and hunting and trapping and the whole thing. Your siblings, it's what you guys do, and you enjoy it, right?
That's it. Yeah.
Tyler, I've got a question for you. I mean, you're in comparison to where we are, you're in a very remote part of the province. And my question is, how are you guys coping and dealing with the pandemic? Because it's totally different than what's happening down here.
It's completely different up here. We get a lot of the backlash. So like our schools, everything's closed just like you guys. We haven't had a single case in our town. Now our Porcupine Health Unit, we've had cases. But nothing like down there, and our grocery stores, going shopping, it's very hard. We're limited to 5 people, and it's already a small enough store as it is. Everything just being closed, it puts a burden on everybody here, because we're not used to it. We're very, what's the word I'm looking for? Everyone's very close here. It's a very tight knit community. So not being able to be close, it puts a burden on people.
Oh, it must be very difficult. I mean, especially when you see, for us, it's not, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's difficult, but it's not as difficult when you open the paper or go online or watch the news every day and there's hundreds and hundreds of people infected right around you, right? So you can kind of get into the mindset that it takes to be in lockdown. Mm-hmm. But for you, that's got to be really difficult.
It is. Like, I'm used to going and getting firewood with a group of friends. It's an outing, and we can't even do that stuff together anymore. We get wood for the older people that that need it, and you can't be doing it together. So it's hard.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, it's a shame.
Well, my friend, all I can say is there's better days ahead. Your future days are looking pretty bright right now, because on a few of those days, it could get anywhere from 3 to 7. You're going to be someplace special.
I'm so excited.
Have you been to a lodge?
No, it's crazy. My wife and I were actually discussing going on one this year. I actually reached out to Agaches. I think you guys have been there.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I reached out to them to do one, and money's a little tight, so we thought maybe, put it off till next year. And I was like, I'm really going to go hard in this draw and just try my best.
How ironic and crazy would it be if you won Ageech's KB Cabins on the wheel, because they are on the wheel.
You know what? I was talking to him yesterday about it. I was like, you know what? Just take it out if I win. Just hopefully you're not in there. So.
He's in there.
I know he's in there.
Stu and Don are in there. Now, one of the problems you're going to have, there's a negative to I'll find a negative to everything.
Oh, yeah. Trust me on that one.
How are you going to decide who to take?
Oh, I've already decided. It's my wife.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You took the safe bet, buddy.
You know what? She actually said, it's fair game. Take who you want. She wouldn't hold it against me. But, we've never had a honeymoon. We have 2 young kids now, so never had a time to get away. So, you know what? This is it.
Excellent.
This is it.
Good choice, buddy.
So
excellent.
Only one thing left to do.
Let's do it.
This is what I've been looking forward to after I got that email.
Here we go. Spin that wheel, boys.
No sound. Here I go. Bear? Is it Bear's Den? Bear's Den.
Bear's Den Lodge. Wow.
Nice, buddy.
Awesome.
That's great, Tyler. You and your wife are going to have a fantastic getaway.
Thank you guys so much for doing this. I can't thank you guys enough, and I know everybody else can't thank you enough.
Yeah, you're more than welcome.
Our pleasure.
Thank you, guys.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, Tyler, just because you're out of the contest now, don't forget, pass it on. Tell folks about this thing. Get them interested, get them involved, get them committed to something that at least
tell them how to do it. Tell them how to do it.
You wouldn't believe how many people I've spoke to, and they're like, "Is this real?" And now I can say 100% this is real. Nice. You know what I mean? So
fantastic.
I'm going to be sharing this 100%. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks, brother. Have a great time, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
You too, bud.
Bye-bye.
Thanks.
Wow, that's great. Tyler McMullen. How cool is that?
That is so great.
Everybody's got great stories. This next one is a really great story in that, unlike most of these winners who are familiar with our brand and are here because of our brand, this one was very honest in their story, in that they didn't hear about this from us or even our circle or our social footprint. They heard about it from the Toronto Sun. There was a story that Joe Warmington was kind enough, our good friend Joe Warmington wrote a great story about this event in one of the Sunday Suns or Saturday Sun newspapers. And we thank him for that. But what it did, it opened up the contest to a whole other element that we maybe normally would not get exposure to. So the number 3 winner in this contest is just one of those. But what a compelling story. And I'll let him come on and tell it in his own words.
Is he here? He might not be here. With us. Right?
Okay.
Right. We had number 1 and 2, and I have not been informed about anybody else yet. Number 5 was supposed to be with us. I'm not even sure if that person is here yet. So.
All right, then let me read the story before I even announce the name. It says, this June, my wife and I will be married for 35 years. 35 years ago, we thought about doing a northern fishing trip for our honeymoon. Unfortunately, our finances at the time wouldn't allow it. I'm an avid angler, and my wife likes to come along for the ride. She enjoys the scenery and relaxation. This year, we are planning a trip to Northern Ontario to fulfill those dreams. And we were thrilled to find out about this contest through the Toronto Sun. And they entered. And they're going to spend their 35th wedding anniversary, which is this year, at a Northern Ontario lodge, just like they wanted to do 35 years ago. And here, 35 years later, Ian Lee and his wife, Mrs. Lee, will be going to a wonderful Northern Ontario lodge. What a great story that was.
That's cool. That just shows you the power of the media too, right? Right there. Right. Joe put that story out. Joe loved the sound of this contest, loved that story, put that story out in the Sun, and Ian and his wife are now going to be going on a nice trip of a lifetime, basically, right?
You know, I got criticized. I think about 2 months ago.
That's it. Come on. You've been criticized a lot more than 2
It makes
months
me
ago.
sound like I'm an ogre, for God's sake.
We don't have to.
Hey, hello from Tobin Lake. Somebody was just saying hello from Tobin Lake.
Okay.
Daryl.
Tibbin.
Tibbin Lake. I thought it was Tobin Lake. Hi, Daryl.
So we don't have Ian, and we don't have the next one either, Ange, but we do have number 5. So.
But let me just, can I just finish my story before you jumped in and made me look like such an ogre?
Can you hurry up?
I was criticized
In the
a few months ago because when we were starting to talk about this contest, I said, man, I hope, you know, people win that have never been on a fishing trip before. And I was genuine. I meant it from the bottom of my heart, because Peter and I have been blessed with the opportunity to go on these trips, like, I don't know how many hundreds of them we've been on. And sometimes we lose touch with reality. And that is that most people don't get to do what we do. So I thought at that moment, wouldn't it be great if part of the side benefits from this contest is that we're able to touch and connect with people who otherwise would never even dream of going on one of these trips. Well, I got a letter. Honestly, it was just one, but you know, I take those one letters even more important than I take the hundreds. And they critique me for saying, well, that was not fair of you, because, you know, my wife and I have been on several. In fact, we try and go to a trip every year into the backwoods, and you're kind of excluding us from your wish list of winning, and you're stacking the odds against us to win. And I thought that was rather bizarre. But as it turns out, so far, all 3 winners have never been to one before. So I guess my dream is coming true, right?
I'm reading number 4 too. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but I don't think that one's been there either by the sounds of things too. So maybe
I'll find out where Ian Lee and his wife are going on their 35th wedding. Where is Ian from, by the way? Do we know?
It doesn't say on there. It just says second honeymoon on the contest page, but
maybe one of our crack research.
There's the wheel.
They're saying the hell with it. Let's go to the wheel. Let's find out where Ian Lee and his wife are going, shall we?
Spinner.
Wheel,
Rainbow Point Lodge. Woo!
Nice.
Fantastic. That is absolutely fantastic. Congratulations, Ian. If you're watching this later on at some time, their crew will be getting in touch with you for sure. So you will know that you've won your prize and where you're going. Well done to you and your wife, and you're going to have a lot of fun for sure.
Go ahead, Peter.
Sorry?
Number 4.
Oh, we're going to number 4. Okay. I'll read the story first. I like reading this story first because it's nice and short. I heard it said many times that a shore lunch is one of the highlights of a fishing trip with an outfitter. That being said, all I need is an island, a guide, and an outfitter for my dream fishing trip. And that story was by Diane Knoffel. I'm going to call it Knoffel. I'm not sure about the spelling, but Knoefel. Knoffel. Diane Knoffel. So congratulations,
Diane. Winner number 4. And
Diane is not with us as well.
There it is.
Look at that. Right there, folks. Oh my God, that tastes so good. You have no idea. Diane's hit the nail on the head. All you got to do is just catch one little pickerel, and you got that feed for yourself. That is like oh my God, it is so good. They have the beans on there and the taters. Oh, I'm getting hungry, Ange.
I have often said, if anybody could ever capture the essence of a northern outback shore lunch and bottle it, they would make a fortune. Because I'm sorry?
In a cologne?
No, you idiot.
Well, what the hell? You got in your bottle.
Now, the essence of what shore lunch is.
If I wore that around this office, I'd have all you guys follow me around, you bunch of pigs. Come on, think about it. Not that I want you guys following me around, to be honest. Okay.
But it's true. And one of the thrills of taking somebody into one of these places that are being won here today and will for the next 5 months. One of the highlights is sharing a shore lunch with that person who's never been before and having them enjoy that shore lunch and just sitting back and watching it unfold in front of you. I had the pleasure of doing that with my grandson Nick a few years ago, and I got to tell you, it's one of the most moving experiences that an adult could ever have. It's just unbelievable.
And you know what? And you can, like, my mother was a fantastic fish cook. My wife has now become a fantastic fish cook, and I got to say, I don't cook a lot of stuff well, but I do a good feed of fish. The best meal you will ever have in your house with fish doesn't compare at all to a shore lunch, a well-done shore lunch. It's just, and it can taste the exact same, but it won't taste the exact same. You will never realize it until you get out there. And the other thing about a shore lunch is go in with an empty belly, because I guarantee you, if you're half full from a big breakfast, you're still going to eat way too much anyways. Ange and I are ridiculous. I guarantee you, I got 3 plates full every shore lunch. At least if the third plate is just fish, it doesn't matter. I eat so much. For a little guy, I eat like unbelievable amounts. It's so good. So, Tony
Shoeless, what's going on, Tony?
Tony Shoeless. Tony, you got no shoes? Talk to me. What is he saying?
I don't know. Are you guys reading this? Talk to me.
Tony's mad at us today. He's mad at me.
And read the comments.
I understand. So Diane is Tony's wife.
No.
What?
Yeah. So Tony's watching, but I don't think anyone's gotten back to the emails I've sent other than the 5th place, the 1st place, 2nd place winners. Tony,
Diane's wife, Tony. That's the question we got to ask. Tony, are you Diane?
He says so.
Husband or boyfriend? No fault.
Yes. Okay.
Get him on
Tony,
here.
Congratulations.
Tony,
we don't have Tony's stuff.
Tony, get on here somehow. What's the matter with you? Let's go.
Tony, we sent your wife an email. It has all the information in it. If you can get into there, get into the stream, we'll love to have you on.
Let's do winner number 5. And while we're doing that, Tony can hook up with our boys and see if we can get them on live. Tony is one of our regulars here, which is really cool to see one of them win. That's man,
Bob says, bring lots of toilet paper after a good shore lunch, LOL. Good one, Bobby.
All right, winner number 5 and the last one for the first leg of the Great Ontario Getaway Giveaway. Another wonderful story, great images as well. The name is Raven Wallet. Raven Wallet.
Congratulations, Raven.
Her story was titled Lady Angler Inspires Others. And she goes on to say, I believe one of the most remarkable things about this pandemic, and she got it, by the way, she understood the theme. I believe one of those remarkable things about this pandemic is the increase in people that want to get outdoors. As a female fishing sales associate, one of the greatest gifts the outdoors has to give me was the opportunity to provide people, especially women, with the knowledge and gear to get into fishing. As an avid muskie angler myself, nothing makes me happier than hearing stories about customers catching their dream fish with great gear, no matter how big or small it is. Congratulations, Raven.
Nice. See your hat, see that hat, Ange, in that picture? He is my hat. Pete's freaking great. There you go.
Hi.
Hey, congrats. That's fantastic.
Thank you. I'm super excited.
No kidding. First of all, you were very well played. You didn't put the name of the store that you work at and all that stuff, but you know what? Tell us where you're working and get some free advertising going.
Yeah, so I'm at work. I'm at Ramaco's here in Sudbury.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been, but it's a great store, and that's where I'm working. Yeah.
Good for you. Congratulations. Yeah. I got to tell you, Raven, out of all of the winners, yours was my favorite because you got it.
Awesome. Thank you.
You had no difficulty articulating what we were trying to get from this particular segment. And congratulations. Now, tell folks how you were able to garner the vote.
So mostly friends and family. My boyfriend and I both do a lot of fishing, so we know quite a few people in the fishing community, and just getting sort of my post out there and having them vote.
So hang on. So Raven, we were talking to Tony, one of the other winners from, I think it was one thing or something like that. And I said to everybody else watching here that fishing for a northern person, and I mentioned my mom being from Sudbury, is a way of life. Have you fished, like if you tell us about your life growing up with fishing, hunting, whatever, has it been your whole life? So
actually I'm originally from Windsor, Ontario.
Okay. Nice.
I moved up here about 3 years ago to pursue my master's, and I've been up here ever since. And I met my boyfriend. He's a big angler, and then he got me into it. And I go out like every weekend, any opportunity I get. So good. I'm addicted. Muskie fishing is addicting.
Yeah, no kidding. Good for you.
Yeah.
Is he from Sudbury?
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's lived it his whole life. He's
born and raised, lives on a boat. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So cool.
Have you ever been to one of our wonderful Northern Ontario operations?
In terms of like lodges?
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to the French River quite a bit. Lunge Lodge is where I actually caught that fish there in the West Arm.
Yep.
Quite a bit in Georgian Bay at Mill Lake Lodge. It's one of my favorites. I don't know if you've ever been there. Great place.
Yeah, we did a show there.
Yeah. Awesome. A little bit on the island as well. There's a little place called Green Bay Lodge on Manitou. Mm-hmm. Been there quite a bit, but those are the most. I mean, we live super close, so staying at a lodge usually is just something I like to do on the weekends for fun. But mostly we just take day trips.
How's COVID looking in your area? How are you guys coping with it? What's going on? I see you're in the store working today, obviously.
Yeah. So we're curbside, so I mean, you can still shop online or through the phone. But I mean, people are still getting outside here. I think there's a lot more to do in terms of like hiking, fishing, paddling compared to like other parts of Ontario.
Yeah.
So I don't think, I mean, sure, people are getting hit hard and not, being able to go to their jobs, but there's other opportunities to go outside. So.
Good.
Well done, Raven. Listen, there's only one thing left to do. Let's find out where you're going. Roll that wheel, boys.
Wheel. Come on, kid. Here we go. Here we go. Round and round. There she goes. Oh, she almost. Oh!
Yes!
You are going to. We have been to this one. Marmac Lodge.
Awesome.
On a snoggy lake. You're going to be into probably the biggest small lake walleye you'll get into. It's such a great lake for big walleye. There's pike there as well. So you could be in a muskie angler. You might dig. I'll tell you what.
Walleye is so good, yeah.
It's a great lodge. We have been there. You're going to love it. It's clean. The food is fantastic. You're going to love it. Well done.
Perfect. I'm looking forward to it.
It's an outstanding operation. We know them well. By the way, make a mental note when you meet Ken, the owner of that place. Hello.
Yeah.
And you'll have a great time. You're going to have an absolutely wonderful time. Congratulations.
Perfect. Thank
Raven,
you.
One more time before we let you go, give a free plug to where you were.
So if you guys want awesome stuff and people that know so much about fishing, come shop at Ramaco's.
There you go.
Hey.
Thanks, Raven. Take care.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Congratulations.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Marmac.
It's
cool.
I'm overwhelmed.
So we got one last one to go back to, and it's the wrong. I got the wrong Tony. There's two Tonys on right now. Go back right there. So Nick, did you get a hold of them? Can you get on or no?
We're a little confused with number 4. We're not exactly sure what's happening. We're gonna draw.
Yeah,
we're gonna draw Diane's lodge now.
Exactly.
And then Tony, if this is your spouse, the emails to get into the live stream are there. We've sent a lot. Make sure maybe your wife's name's also Diane. This is another Diane that won.
Yeah, we're gonna
from
draw.
The looks of it, this Diane's wife, from the looks of it, is named Gus.
Your husband.
Not Tony. So Tony
wants to marry.
I don't know.
A trip to the lodge.
I don't know.
I don't blame you, Tony.
Hey.
Diane, will you marry me too, please?
It would not be a Fishing Canada live event without some kind of confusion.
Some kind of mix up. So we are
And
drawing.
that's why you guys have me now. I'm the mixed up cleaner up.
That is it. Diane,
so we're gonna draw number
nobody
4.
else, no Tony's, no anybody else. This draw is for Diane's trip for 2 to a lodge. How's that sound?
Can I ask a question before we do?
Ask away.
Verify? Do we know where Diane is from? Can you get that information just so that we can clarify it? That way
bear with me. I can find that information out.
Yeah, because that way Tony will not be confused anymore if he's from Kitchener and she's from Vernon, BC, or wherever.
Okay. Well, if we want to draw the lodge now and I can find, or if you want to wait, but
all right, let's get that wheel up for Diane. Here we go.
Remove. It is gone. So Marmac is now gone. All those 4 lodges that we've already drawn are gone. Remember that, folks. So this is from the remaining bunch of lodges. Let her howl, Thurston. I'll be silent for this one.
Where's Diane going?
Oh, I know that one.
Sportsman's Inn.
Sportsman's Inn is in Killarney. It is not really, really far north, but let me tell you, Diane, when you're watching this, a buddy of mine actually bought that when it was all broke down and worn down and put $4+ million into it right off the hop of way back when, fixed it all up. Then he sold it to another lodge down the road that we shot with. And it is one beautiful facility. Let me tell you that. And you're going to fish Killarney Bay for big pike. You go to Mill Lake, what Raymond was just talking about, for muskie, smallmouth galore. There's like a freaking dum-dum in there. It is a great facility. Sportsman Inn. I've actually stayed there. My family and I went up there one time to visit my buddy. Beautiful place. Fantastic. Congratulations.
By the way, a big ad for Uncle Jack. He had so much color to this show. Jack Summers from Radio World. Just loved him to death. So Jack Summers says he is Diane's husband and Tony is an imposter.
They're not. That's Diane's only Jack's girlfriend. He's lying. So.
Okay. So, Tony, I'm looking through everything right now. The email that was registered is for the account named Gussie. Okay. Diane also lives in Toronto. This very well could be your wife. She needs to go into the email. I've sent about 3 now.
I'm so confused.
3 emails. She got the top 50, she got the top 10, and she got the top 5. And I can guarantee you that they were sent. Check your spam folders. Check your everything folder. Check her folder. It's under the...
What are we worried about, guys? Why are we doing this? This is Diane 1.
Diane 1. There we go.
Get it.
We'll figure it all out and make sure that we find the right Diane. And if it happens to be Tony's wife, all that much better. We'll get down to it. Wow, that was exciting. Our first 5 winners. And that's how easy it is, folks. Yes, I'm sure that by now you understand that those winners, along with, I would say, probably about 200 to 300 of you that worked really hard at getting votes. You had to work. This didn't just happen. It took some work, but look at the results. They all won fantastic opportunities to go into Northern Ontario. Yes, they had to have a day. They were focused every day. Make no mistake about it. They got at least 1 vote every day, and that didn't come easy. But the best part is that they were able to maybe forget for a fleeting moment exactly where we are in our history with this pandemic. Maybe they were so focused on getting involved in this contest that they were able to shed some of that weight and that darkness. And that's what the contest is all about. And that's why you need to get involved. And that's why you need to work hard as well. It's one thing just saying, yeah, okay, I'll put in my thing. But that's not the point here. Each and every one of you have an opportunity to be affected in a different way from this contest, not just from a winning standpoint, but just from getting involved. Just get involved. And that's about all I'm going to say about that. One more time before we sign off. The new contest starts in exactly 15 minutes at 2 o'clock today. The theme, in case you have forgotten it, is very simple. If you are fortunate enough to be one of the lucky 5 winners that we're going to be talking to at the end of May, if you are one of those lucky winners, who are you going to take with you and why? Simple. Who would you take with you and why? That's what we need to know. What are you, into hand modeling now or what?
I'm getting bored, okay?
Oh.
Hit the road, Jack. Don't you come back no more, no more. Oh, sorry. I don't know what that is going to do about that. It's up there.
I have nothing to say to you at all. I have absolutely, if it was up to you, like, we'd be doing this stuff 30 seconds. Our whole career would be less than a minute. Our entire career would be less than a minute.
I'm having fun. Welcome to my wife's life.
Yeah, exactly. That's
what she said
about this. Trust me, I know exactly what. I mean, I feel bad for her.
You know, I'm loving this. This is fun. I'm having fun with my peeps out there too. That's why I'm doing the science stuff like that. So you're talking, and I'm just backing you up, buddy. Just backing you up.
Sign us off.
Everybody, thanks so much for joining in the last contest. Make sure you enter in the next contest with Angelo's just read off that theme. If you didn't get it, it will be on our website. Maybe it is there right now. I think voting starts at 2 o'clock, I believe. Don't quote me on that because things have screwed up before and things will screw up again here. But that said, thanks so much, everybody, for coming out today. And we had a lot of fun. And congratulations to the winners and good luck to everybody else. How's that? Giddy up.